Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. You know what I mean when I say basic human rights. I'm talking about those things that guarantee you a satisfied life while you're here. You didn't ask to come, but you are here. And I think about the things that's happening in the world around us. And those kind of things that are essential for you to enjoy that kind of life that I mentioned to you, they are not happening, at least not in the degree in which is required for them to happen. So I want to take a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen, and share with you a plan to aid in saving the people of the world. Not just black people, not just Americans, but people wherever you are on this earth. If you are on this earth, you must eat to survive. Doesn't matter whether you're one person or one of 300 million or of 8 billion. Each must eat to survive. Being on this earth is an indication that eating is one of your number one concerns. The earth is large enough and equipped enough to sustain not only one person, but more than 8 billion. But how do you achieve this outcome? From the moment any and everyone comes upon this earth, they immediately receive resources of this earth, whether it's in the form of water, oxygen, and this to maintain existence. And that involves utilizing those resources that have been given. You must indulge yourself, such as oxygen, such as water, just to name a few. On the other hand, one must engage themselves in the process of providing for food themselves. Thus, it is important that one person, or 300 million, or 8 billion get involved in eating. So, the most immediate concern is that all people, from 1 to 8 billion, engage in a process of providing food for consumption. This is done through a job or a career. This is a process and is utilizing in acquiring the other resources necessary in sustaining a satisfied life as determined by the people, whether it's 1, 300 million, or 8 billion, which would include not only food, but clothing and shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, infrastructure, and any other that are the result of choices humans have made. If there's one person on this earth, then that one person is responsible for providing every resource that I mentioned earlier. Now, the efforts may be divided up by considering the number of those that will be benefiting or engaging in to achieve the abundance required to meet the needs. The earth is given. The resources are given. The jobs and careers are requirements of the people to produce the manifestation of goods and services to be enjoyed by the people. The order applied to meet the needs are as follows. Food, seemingly one of the first things, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation and infrastructure, and any other objectives of the people, and apparently, perhaps in this order. You see, the earth exists by an invisible power. The resources of the earth by an invisible power, and it's all free. The needs are common amongst all the people. Food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, infrastructure, and any others that are made by the hands of man, choosing from amongst the needs, a choice that each one can participate in freely, that gives them, you or I, the great joy, and serve as our participation in supplying the reservoir of goods and services in such an abundance that no human on earth would suffer a lack in that which has been determined essential. Again, food, clothing, shelter, education and health care, etc. Producing as a byproduct peace and prosperity, freedom and joy, happiness, and living the dream. Imagination, and utilizing that whereby yours, my uniqueness is born, and creation unfolds, and the manifestation of God is revealed and exists forever. I require in my mind's eye that every preacher, that every elder, that everyone that accepts the reality that God truly exists, that God is the only power that allows humans to express power. I need you to get busy. Take love to the streets. Wherever it is absent, it is observed, identified, exposed, and correct. Do this with joy on your heart and your face. And don't stop until it's done. That's the real deal. Now, what am I saying, ladies and gentlemen? I'm saying bluntly this. You are here. You are meant to be here. The power that brought you here made it possible that you, my friends, can live as though you're in heaven. And it's a choice. You, through your imagination and your inspiration, create the newness of those things that have not been determined as being essential, but are new things that give you the ability to express that God, that power that we can't see, but we, through the creation of those other things that we do see now, the reality of God identified by the examples of the stuff that we create. We're living in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where this heavenliness I speak to you of does not exist. The world does not know about it. What I have said, in order for you to do these things, each and every last one of you must be engaged in the process of creating. And out of the things that exist or that you want to exist, you, the people, have the opportunity to choose what it is that you would like to do. And choose something that gives you your greatest joy, that would allow you to do forever. And unbeknownst to you, it is interconnected with that which others do. And in so doing that, those things that are essentially necessary are being made by you, the people. That goes to the reservoir of goods and services in such an abundance that nobody on earth would have to suffer a lack of anything. And you know what? In partnership with that power that you can't see that made these resources available and utilizing you to engage yourself in a wonderful way of life, for you to create and be like God on this earth, making everything you want, need, or desire. So you can meet it whenever you want to and suffer for nothing. This is what I want for you. I don't know if God wants it for you or not, but as my understanding of God, I want it for you. And we can do this stuff, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. We can achieve these things. And this is one way that I know it can be done. But we need to come together. We need to organize. We need to discuss. We need to determine how to achieve these things that it won't cost you anything. Won't cost you anything. Not 1 cent. You won't be beholden to anyone except doing what you love doing, what you came here to do. And you can live your dreams forever. Now this is what I would like to see happen for the people of the world. I don't want to see people like what's happening in America with politics, whether it's democracy, communism, socialism, dictatorships, or any of these other things where men are trying to guide you, where men saying they have the answers, not God, and do enough talking and big mouthing and bullying you so you just fall in line. And the next thing you know, they are trying to control your life. They are telling some to have and some don't. Some are hurting like you know what. Some are sleeping on the bridges. Some are sleeping in garbage cans, under blue tents, from day to day, wondering if they'll survive. Can't afford health care or education. And they find themselves participating in lies and cheating and stealing, hatred and racism and bigotry, terror and war. And people are never collectively, all of them, satisfied, which is an expression that you are so far away from God is pathetic. And anybody, whatever your system might be, if your system reflects in this that I've just shared with you in the end, you are being led by ignorance. You are being led by stupidity and what some people call the devil. Hate. You're not being led by love. So all of the world today is being led by stupidity, ignorance, and evil. But my one request is that the love that this invisible power is shown to each of us by making all this stuff available to us, that we understand it, appreciate it, accept it, and utilize it by taking that which we have the ability to do to finish what is being done. And we, my friends, can live on this earth, all of us, without hatred, racism, and bigotry. This I offer to you. Thank you very much.